give me a 5'8" that's better than him. And I'm like, shit, she's got a point.
Fucking Luke Brooks. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. I fucking couldn't. Jesus Christ.
I understand why my grandma had 6 children. He must have been just fertile, rock hard, ready to go at all times. They had 6 kids. He was either at the pub or playing footy.
Welcome to the Talking Sport Report podcast with Scotty and Eggo.
Unbelievable!
G'day and welcome to the Talking Sport Report on our Sunday night edition, where we look at everything that's happening in the world of sport around the world and also to the area that we know and love and grew up in, the Newcastle, Maitland and Hunter region. Join me, as he does each and every week, the bestie, Scootus. How are you, sir?
Mate, I'm a little thrown off. I didn't hear our intro, so it shocked me, and it's kind of basically put me off my whole night.
For anyone who's listening, though, they have heard it, so they think, what the fuck are you talking about?
So it's put me on the back foot. I didn't get that, so I just need to regather my thoughts, and I might check back in next weekend, mate. Thanks for that.
We'll see you later.
Now, mate, what a weekend.
It's been fantastic.
A bit to go over.
Yeah, there's a lot to go over. And I wanted to start tonight because you know what happens sometimes, Scotty? Certain podcasts have a bit of a rebrand. From time to time, you can have a little bit of a rebrand. It's where you look at yourself in the mirror and go, fuck, are we really doing enough for the people who want to listen to this podcast? Are we really giving them value for money? And when I say value for money, time is money.
Wait, you're getting money for this?
No, I'm not. The people listening are giving up their precious time. Now,
yeah, okay, all right.
If you were to pay some of these people who are listening, some of these, I mean, I know we have people like, Chad Stace listening, who's a police officer. Sluggy, like, okay, he might be, $200 an hour?
At least.
At least. So he's given up an hour of his time to listen to us two morons chat.
That's true.
The least we could do is give him a good show.
That's fair. So
we wanted to tweak the show a little bit, and moving forward from next week, we are going to really lean into the fact that we are a Newcastle and a Maitland/Hunter region show. So we want to really delve in and start talking about topics that are happening in our local area. We've been very lucky through our life, growing up to play sport for, in the Maitland area, but have a very strong knowledge of people who are working and have been a part of the Newcastle and Hunter region, cricket teams, football teams, soccer teams, the whole works and perks, tennis, the whole lot. So what we're kind of keen to do is, have a little bit of look into our area and maybe find some great local people who can help us get to the bottom of this. But what we really want to, and the reason why I'm starting the podcast with this is we want to find those great folklore stories, Scotty. Stories that are like passed down. Yeah.
All right. So let me clear this up. Do you mean on field? Like,
I reckon it could be anything.
Because I was going to say, do we really want people chiming in and being like, well, let me tell you about 5th grade captain Johnny when he bagged 2 60-year-olds at 4 a.m. at the old clubhouse? Do we want them? If you don't, we do. Send them to me.
Yeah,
I'm happy to read through them ones.
Yeah. I think it has to have something to do with sport, but if it's a sporting team who after, having this miraculous win goes off and does 2 60-year-olds at the clubby with a combined 3 teeth between the lot of them, then that's the sort of story I want to hear.
I like that. Actually, I'm on board for that.
Yeah. So they're folklore stories. So it could be you. You could be the person who has this incredible story and it's about you and you're not, you're happy to share with us, or it's someone you know.
Don't worry about sharing. Toot your own horn. Really big it up. You might have gone out and everyone else is looking back going, oh, yeah, you played all right. But deep down you had an absolute fucking blinder. Like your mum was more proud of you than she's ever been. Let us know.
Yeah. We want to get what's happening on field, what's happening off field, and each week we want to share one of these stories and go into detail. We may even start getting some people to come into the podcast, or, better still, if you can record some audio and actually run us through the story, the way to do it, get in touch with us, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Scotty, I want to start with one this week. I want to set the bar high. Now, this is a folklore story that is true, but it's more of an on-field one because I think the great on-field ones are fantastic too. Where
They're the ones where you get the goosebumps and the blood's pumping and, like, you know, you feel that tingle in your groin. They're the ones.
I think you're thinking of a different sporting story, but I hear where you're coming from. Now, my grandfather, rest in peace. You know, he's been dead now for a good 20 years now at this point. But back in the day, he was a very, very tough Newcastle Rugby League football player. You know, he would have been playing in the times when, you know, a scrum was a scrum. You would pack a scrum and it wasn't a, powder puff and, tickles to the second rower. You were called a hooker for a reason, right? You were in there having sex with the other number 9
for money.
You were really, really getting dirty.
Some say that's how your grandfather bought his first house.
Well, that's how my father was born, actually.
Oh, shit.
No, so he used to play for a team called Hexham. So if any of, us Newcastle Maitland folk, we know that Hexham, you're built tough in Hexham. I think when you drive past
Hexham, is there?
What's that?
There's not much in Hexham, though, is there?
It's fuck all.
Yeah.
It's fuck all. So all you can do is play football
and
get bitten by mosquitoes. And that's probably why there is that giant mozzie at the Hexham RSL.
Yeah, the bolo there.
Yep, absolutely.
Good largies. Cheap.
They're very cheap. Now, back in the day, my grandfather was playing second grade for Hexham, and they had made the grand final. Now, there was the first grade team for Hexham had also made the grand final. And back in those days, shit can happen all the time where players have to back up and whatnot. So anyway, my grandfather goes out playing in the hooker role, goes out, wins the second grade grand final. Apparently a fiery match. It's pretty intense, as you could imagine a grand final to be back in those days. Plays the full 80, right? Goes hard.
Right on.
Turns around after the game, about to get on the sauce, because they do like getting on the sauce back then. Anyway, he's cracked his first and maybe even been his second. And he gets a tap on the shoulder from the first grade captain. They've had a running injury. I may have been during warm-up or something like that, or someone hasn't turned up, to be fair, back in those days. Who knows what could have happened. But the grandfather goes on and plays the full 80 minutes in first grade after just winning and playing a full 80 minutes in second grade. They win that grand final.
Oh,
so he's played two 80-minute performances in the one day, grand finals in first and second grade, plays the whole lot, and has officially won 2 grand finals. I don't know if that could actually be a record. There wouldn't be many people around that could say, I've won a first and a second grade grand final on the same day, playing every minute of every game.
Exactly, every minute. I tell you what, bloody old Betty down at Hexham would have went off that night, wouldn't she? The old bat.
Ooh, yeah. It's moments like that where I go, I understand why my grandma had 6 children. He must have been just fertile, rock hard, ready to go at all times. He was a tough man, and maybe that's what it was. But, they had 6 kids and clearly had his priorities right. He was either at the pub or playing footy.
All between your grandma's thighs.
Yeah, that's it. He had 3 jobs to do: drink, punch, and pump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the first of our amazing stories. We want more of your incredible stories. It could be something like that and an incredible feat, a superhuman effort on the field.
Or off the field.
Or it could be off the field. Maybe your grandfather has had 13 children. I don't know. I don't know.
Done me.
But there you go.
Christ.
TalkingSportReport@gmail.com. And from next week, we want to start getting the best local stories from Newcastle. I reckon we're going to call out guys like Chad Stace. Like, Sluggy. I'm sure those kind of guys.
Recovering.
I mean, guys like Ricky Dent.
Yes.
Thornton, just won the Thornton cricket first grade title for Thornton in the Maitland comp this time around. Surely there's some great stories from those boys.
Sleethy would probably have a few.
Sleethy, yep.
I tell you who'd have a few, but I'm a bit nervous about him. Jimmy would. Jimmy definitely would. A few soccer stories.
Yeah, he would.
I've got one, but I think I might save it for next weekend because I need to remember the finer details of it.
That's great. I love it. Let's start next week's show with your one.
Yeah, righto. I'll have to chase up some minor details, but it includes a dusty individual and an all right performance, actually. Not 6 kids worthy, but definitely a stellar performance. So yeah, all right, send them through. I'm looking forward to some of these.
Yep, absolutely. Now, of course, Newcastle and the Hunter does love sport from around the world. So we're going to take a little look around the world and sort of see what's happening right now. And I don't think we can go any further than the absolute code of preference in our area. It's rugby league, NRL.
Heck yeah.
Can I just say off the bat, was there more rain this weekend or was there more rain when the Pasha Bulka ran aground a number of years ago? Holy shit.
I didn't think it was that bad until I caught some pictures on the news tonight. And I'm like, shit, it must have rained a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I tell you what, by the look of it, McDonald Jones Stadium held up well for Magic Round. Of all weekends to get peppered with rain, as when they had, like, I don't know, how many women's teams are there? 3, 4? To watch them run around, that field held up quite well. Actually, one of the boys put in one of the Supercoach chats, clearly the curator there, the groundsman's got a better contract than Ponga with how good that thing looks. He'd be putting some effort in. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so there's a bit of a wet weekend. But the thing that I done before the show tonight, the first thing I fired up was your baby at the moment, the thing you're on the edge of your seat for. The wooden spoon race.
Isn't it a thing of beauty? Although a couple of sides did leave contention, which makes me a little bit upset, but has left and is still an incredible run.
You know, you've just said left contention. I'm looking at, because we've all but basically come out and said that Tigers are now out of it.
Yeah.
Especially after that performance.
Yeah.
But one team that you can never write off, not as winners, but as losers, and I'm pulling up their remaining fixtures now. The fucking Dragons. They're a chance. Sharks,
yeah, but
Warriors,
that's a gutsy. What a gutsy performance from those bastards on the weekend
I
to
know.
beat Canberra. Like
I
I think that victory right there showed they're not going to get the spoon. You go out and you beat the top of the comp.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
I've just had a look at who their running is. They've got it easy. After they play the Sharks and the Warriors, they got the Bunnies, they got Manly. There's 4 points right there. They'll be sweet.
That's it.
Yeah, they'll be sweet.
And with all due respect, with only 5 rounds to go, the fact that they're a win ahead of the grouping of bottom and then 2 wins ahead of actual last place in the Titans, these sides aren't rattling off 3 and 5 victories. None of these sides are down the bottom of the table because they're about to rattle off a stellar performance. Any of these sides are going to be lucky to rattle off 1.
But I tell you, stellar performance, and I think they've either peaked too soon or they've just completely fucked it. That second half from the Titans on the weekend obviously amounted to nothing because that 40-metre field goal from Cleary was just bullshit. I mean, do you see him pop that squat to take that pass? He dropped it like it was hot.
And to be fair, that to actually gather the ball, because Kenny had to throw the ball a good 30 metres to get back to him, which he did a good job. And you could sort of see him like going down, just going, come on, get there. And he catches it on his bootlaces and then just goes, kafah, and just slots the fucker.
It was like it was nothing. And, you know, like,
unbelievable.
It was probably what, halfway towards the goals, and he's just kind of turned to the side like, I do this shit for fun. Is what it is.
Absolutely. So it shows you the stellar performance, but that's a good thing. I think Cleary, they need to win to get that top 4 spot, which, you know, is a good chance. Yeah, there's a good chance, right?
Now. They're one
very good chance now.
The Warriors.
Absolutely.
So, did the Titans peak too soon? Do you think they've left it to? They've now left it.
All 5 victories. Yeah, they've peaked a little bit too soon.
That second half against the Panthers, do you think that was the best they had left in them?
But this is the problem with these bastards. They can do shit like that where you're like, holy shit. Like, they could beat any side,
Yeah.
but then could fall asleep at the wheel next week for 45 minutes and then come out and put on 20. Like, they're just so inconsistent, and that's why they're at the bottom. But, you kind of feel like with them doing that, this is one thing you have to say. Titans and Rabbitohs, that is going to be a massive game. And we need to be going for the Titans in that game. Because if the Titans can get a win, and all of a sudden you got the Knights, the Eels, the Titans, and the Rabbitohs all on 6, with at that point it'd be 2 weeks to go.
Well,
wouldn't that be
I
a
tell
cracker?
Ya, not giving too much away, but you said we need to be on a Titans win.
Yep.
Watch this space because I'll double back on that later on in the show. Just mark that down.
Oh,
I'll touch on that later.
This is screaming of Scotty's tip that we're currently a long way in the red. You need some sort of miracle, and I don't know whether the Titans are the way to go with it, but hey, whatever.
But is this now a case of if the Titans win this against the Rabbitohs next weekend, does that kind of nearly all but cement Wayne as winning almost everything as a coach?
Yeah.
Because
this is the
a
final
thing. The legend, is this the final chapter in his stellar career? Get the illustrious wooden spoon, because he's never won one. He's never won one. He's won Origin Series. He's won premierships. He's bagged a wife 40 years younger than him. He's captained his
flown
country.
on Tinkler's private jet.
But he hasn't won the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, you called it last week. You called it last week. The Rabbitohs were going to go to Brisbane and get their ass kicked, and they did. So they're now with a minus 197 for and against. The only side that's close to them is the Storm on 228. Oh, no, that's in the positive. Sorry, that's positive.
But do you know the best part? They haven't conceded the most points in the comp. They're just not fucking scoring.
Yeah.
Like the Titans have conceded 549.
Lay off the Titans, mate.
Oi,
Lay off the Titans.
There's a team worse. The Cowboys are 5 points off fucking 600.
Can I just say they were bad today? And to be fair, they're coming from North Queensland. They're lucky. Like they see rain, but it's just normally humid and it's evaporated as almost as it hits the ground.
Or it's a monsoon. It's never
That today they were playing. You actually could, because obviously the Cronulla ground is right next to the beach. You'd be remiss from thinking where the shoreline began, because there's a couple of tries there where they skated through the in-goal area and they ended up in a river. It was just intense. That was unbelievable.
So it is all right. It's too early, isn't it, to still put down who you think's going to collect the spoon. 5 games to go.
The Eels are playing too well. Like they're doing really well. I feel like even on the weekend just gone, like they've been playing some really solid games. And look, let's be honest. Your favorite thing in the world right now is Zach Lomax kicking a goal. Did we see any of that kicking from Thursday night? Because at one point I thought Craig Bellamy was going to put his fist through the fucking window in front of him, because Pappenhausen missed 3 absolute sitters. And then Lomax missed 2. The game ended up 16-10 to the Storm. It could have easily been a Parramatta victory, but I'm glad the Storm got the win just to keep everyone on this level playing field to give us a 4-team end of wooden spoon race.
I was more impressed the fact that Paps hit both posts and managed to keep it out.
Yeah.
But in his defense, he was coming back from an injury, so he can miss a few more kicks if he wants. I will 100% stand up for that bloke. As for Lomax, hand it over.
Oh, mate. And from as of last week was technically the best rated player out on his own in Rugby League 26. So, again, just shows you what a bucket of shit that game is. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's going to be a really tight race. I think you can rule out the Tigers after their incredible performance today. The Lockie Galvin Cup, that game's being called. Jesus, what an absolute spanking. You could just tell the Tigers were up for that, weren't they? They were just going to go out there and pump them.
They were fucking ready for it. They were fired up. But, I mean, 1 loss and, the Doggies fans are ready to disband again. Be another 5 or 6 years of fuck all crowds for them. I mean,
Isn't it
Jesus,
amazing, wasn't it?
It was just a simple case. The Tigers were more up for it. I guess they just really wanted to fucking give it to Galvin. If they played like that every week, they wouldn't be sitting fucking 12th, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they're probably sitting up there next to the Bulldogs on the top of the table.
Yeah, you're right. Humbled Galvin. Really fucking put it to the Dogs, who, now still sit. Well, they're sitting third now. I tell you what, even now it's tied up the top, but we don't care. We're not here for the top. We're
That's
here for that
true.
wins.
But you know what? I mean, we've been calling it for a few weeks now. The Warriors should have lost to the Knights.
Mm-hmm.
The Titans go out and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this weekend just gone, like again, Dolphins get away with a win. They are shaky.
They're struggling.
They are shaky. So you don't want to go to that extent. But the fact that the Raiders and the Bulldogs both have a loss here, sometimes a side like these two that have been going so well all year, they need that loss just to get them ready. You don't want to have it last weekend going into the finals, but you also remember the Knights a few years back. What was it, 10 in a row going into the finals, and they just get pumped.
Yeah,
like you want to have your reported. You can't win forever. You want to have your reported loss towards the back of the season so you can be fresh and it just gives you that bit of a wake up call.
I remember that 10 in a row because I'm pretty sure it was after the second win. My mate, or Jono went out and bought grand final tickets. He was that confident. It was after 2. You can imagine how worked up that bloke was after 10. Oh,
what an oversell.
And you know what? Hats off to him. He fucking still went to the grand final, and I'm pretty sure he saw the Knights NRLW win a trophy. So
that's good. Well, hang on. So if he bought tickets after 10, after 2, surely he had it tattooed on him by round 10, by the 10th win that they'd won the premiership.
By the 10th win, he was who coached them that year? Was it Adam O'Brien?
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah. I think by win 10, he was slating for Adam O'Brien to get a lifelong contract. God, how that's changed. His tone has changed drastically. But quickly, before we get out of here, or get out of the chat about the top 4, Doggies play the Warriors next weekend. Yeah. That is a perfect opportunity for Penrith to slot into the top 4 like you called a few weeks ago.
Isn't it just coming together? And you got to sort of look at what the Panthers have got coming up. Yes, they will most likely win. They're playing the Knights. That's a guaranteed win. Well, the Knights have got up against the Panthers a few times in terms of got up to their level, got close. But I just think the Panthers are going to be too classy for them with the injuries the Knights have got. But then after this, Panthers go Bulldogs, Raiders, Melbourne. Like they've got some really tough games ahead. You're going to lose a couple there. But I'll tell you what, wouldn't it put a bit of pressure on the Warriors if they were to come out and beat the Knights and then the Warriors lose, and all of a sudden you think this side that was sitting last, 10 rounds in, is now sitting 4th. It's just been a huge comeback.
Do you know what? I mean, it's probably rude to say, but looking at this top 8, there's probably only 4 teams in there that I genuinely put down as a chance to go on and win it.
Really? Which ones?
Yeah. Raiders, Storm, Dogs, and Panthers at the moment.
Yeah, I'd put a Smoky under the Broncos. I tell you what, Madge.
You fucking would.
I know, but you know what Madge has done? Madge has just got them. It's almost like they were crying and they were all upset and they had little bruises from all his training, and then he's gotten them harder and harder, and they're on fire now and they're playing some good football. And I feel like this is what Madge can do. He just toughens you up and makes you a better football team because he makes you lift your ground level of where you want to get to in terms of like he really pushes you to be better.
So he does what a coach is paid to do.
Correct.
In a sense. Yeah.
Correct. He does everything that Anthony Seibold
does not do.
That's
a fucking solid point, that is.
I would, and you know what? Like you said before, the Sharkies, they've come good at the right time.
They have.
But they always seem to fall short. And who wants to play the Dolphins going into the first round of the finals?
Yeah, fuck that.
Like, it's going to be a fun final series.
Oh, it will. It definitely will. But we'll have no interest in it because it wouldn't spend be wrapped up by then and our excitement levels have died off.
Speaking about wrapping up, what about starting? You are stricken with rigor mortis lately because I believe your favourite passion of getting away from your family overnight is about to begin.
Mate, we were only talking, I think it was yesterday. Actually, it might have been earlier. And you said it yourself. People of Newcastle love a good, solid 5 a.m. or 1 a.m. start that doesn't involve work. I believe we are roughly 12 days or so away from the start of the Premier League.
Yeah.
I could
Interesting
not
one, isn't it,
be-
this year with Liverpool?
Oh, honestly, I think they go back to back. So the three teams that have come up: Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland.
So good to see Leeds back.
Fucking can't stand Leeds.
I know, but they're just the classic side. They'll be back down again after after this season, or maybe the next one.
I'm hoping after this season.
You know what I mean? But it's just nice to see him come back up again.
So, with us being effectively less than 2 weeks away from the start of the season,
Yep.
I just want to throw it out there, straight off the bat. Who's your pick? Who's winning it?
Well, it's hard to go past Liverpool, right?
Yeah, I know. They've purchased well.
They're
season.
just so good. They're just so good.
I see Liverpool fans are already playing it off like, nah, mate, we'll struggle again. We'll struggle this season. Like, fuck off. You just won it last year with ease. You've only improved.
You could see them doing 2 or 3, couldn't you? You could sort of see like a little bit of a Man United kind of run from, Sir Alex Ferguson era coming up for them if they really wanted to be.
So I agree with you. I think it's too hard to look past Liverpool. Yeah, I think I'll put them down as the winner. So I mentioned before, Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland have come up. Who's your 3 to go down? Are you picking them to go straight back down?
Well, it's always the tough one, right? Because they can sometimes come up and have that injection of like, we're here and we deserve to be here. And they generally, I would love to see some stats, but it's normally the second year that they then get relegated again. Like they do everything they can to fight that relegation. And then all of a sudden the year after, they're like, oh shit, we're gone again. You know what I mean? Back down. But we've got to get ready because Wrexham is coming. All right. Wrexham is coming, baby. It's not too far away now. And then maybe we'll see Wrexham in the Premier League, which is going to be freaking awesome.
Christ.
I don't know about relegation, but I do know one thing's for certain. Arsenal will hang on to their traditional second place. No matter how good or bad they are, they'll just somehow manage to come second, and that'll be that.
I'm going a little bit left field. I want Leeds to get relegated. That's just my personal preference. Whether they do, I don't know.
Yep.
I'd also like to see Wolves go down.
Oh, really?
I feel like they've overstayed their welcome. And a dark horse. I don't like saying it, but I'm actually tipping West Ham to struggle. They're going to struggle. Yeah, I think they're going to struggle. Fuck it, I'm calling it now. Leeds, Wolves, and West Ham are going down.
Given the way they played last year, I know we always say this is impossible, but it's going to happen some point. Man United.
Fuck them.
Do you reckon there's ever a chance that they? I mean, what did they finish last year? They were
15th.
Yeah, they were a fair way down, right?
I'm sure they were 15th. I don't know. I didn't have to look.
They weren't
past
far
6th.
out. They weren't far out.
Yeah, 15. What were they? At the end, mate, they were 17 points off the drop. But at one point, they were cooked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't have told you off the top of my head. I didn't look past the top 6. Sorry.
That's true. You're a Villa fan. Hey, but being a Villa fan and I'm being an Arsenal fan, how good is this? I always love this time of year. You know why?
Why?
When they publish the Premier League tables.
Well,
Arsenal's first, Aston Villa's second. We've done it, boys.
Well,
we've done it.
You got to remember, not now. Well, Bournemouth's in there. They're actually AFC Bournemouth.
No,
so they're
not.
top of the table.
Nah. I'm looking at the Premier League, the actual Premier League's official website, premierleague.com.
Oh, fuck.
And we're first, so go fuck you.
Okay. Yep. Okay. You know what? I'll take that. That's fine. That
Even
is
better.
fine. You can have
Relegated
that.
right now is Spurs, West Ham, and Wolves.
Wolves.
I'm okay with
Told
that.
you. Boom.
I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that.
It's like fucking hell. Let's just say, She'll be a tough few Sunday nights once the EPL season kicks off. Doing this, I'll be tired. It'll be worth it.
So you'll do the podcast on a Sunday evening when we record this. We generally record this after 8 o'clock to about 9:30ish kind of time every Sunday. What will your tradition then be? Will you go have a little kip and then get up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, or you watch the midnight games straight up?
I'll be honest, trying to be a responsible adult, which I'm at times not. I might even just go to bed and then like next Sunday I'll be like, oh yeah, fuck, stayed up, watched it, it was fantastic. I'll be honest, I'd probably be snoring my head off by 9:45. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Jump on those fantastic YouTube highlights. Follow the Premier League on YouTube and you're sweet. You know everything you need to know.
That's great.
I'm glad that you've got your Christmas time coming back again, and you can get away from the kids. Oh, God knows you need it, Scotty. You're such a good father. You need some time alone. Hey, speaking of Christmas, we're both cricket fans, and this one really took our interest because we kind of didn't realize this was about to happen because they've been stuffing around with the Christmas schedule, the cricket schedule, for the last few years. Have they maybe just nailed the crap out of it? Now, generally with cricket, it feels weird to have cricket coming back in August, but we're a matter of next Sunday night. The first of the T20s starts, Australia versus South Africa, which is going to be a great one. This is going to be a best of 3 T20 against the Springboks. And what I'm interested in is from back when you think World Series of cricket and all that kind of stuff, cricket wouldn't really start until, maybe mid-spring, but this is really, really early. This is back end of winter. Like this is really early.
That, and I don't know when spring starts. So
next month, mate.
Right. Because I just know when winter and summer is.
Well, you should know that spring. After winter is spring.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean. I didn't fucking know. I didn't know what followed winter because I knew when I find out what follows winter, then I know that the other one is the autumn.
The best part about it is if you know it's winter, you've got a 1 in 3 chance of just guessing the fucking right answer, and you know it's not going to be summer, so you're a 1 in 2 shot now. So surely you'd understand that. No, spring always leads into summer, and autumn always leads into winter. So you think about this: June, July, August, your 3 winter months, and your December, January, February, your summer months. Right. Now, I can take you back to high school anytime you like, but this is interesting because this is the schedule coming up. All right, so we've got South Africa, 3 T20s in the start of August. At the back end of August, we're going to have 3 ODIs against South Africa.
Against the Sappos.
Yep. Then in October, Australia take on New Zealand. Now, this is going to be in New Zealand. You know, we always go across the ditch and have a few matches over there, but we're going to have 3 T20s over there in New Zealand.
In the space of 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah. We pump them out the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th of October. Then we come back to Australia and we get to go ODIs 1 through 3 against India. Now, that will be a spicy ODI series. And then from there, we go into a best of 5 T20s against India. So that's like middle to back end of October through to November 8th.
Jesus Christ. And
then what happens after that?
A few weeks off and we're straight into the Ashes.
This is like cricket heaven coming up, mate.
Fucking let's go. I'm still trying to figure out spring and autumn.
Oh, that's true. Once you carry the 5, you'll be sweet. But the good thing is we've got rugby league's hotting up. We're getting into the finals.
Yeah, the wooden spoon.
The wooden spoon race is hotting up. You've got EPL starting.
Bingo.
And then we've got the cricket on the comeback. This is like, as a male, could there be any more testosterone just getting shot into the wilderness?
Imagine if you were a bachelor.
Oh, yeah, we've got kids. We're fucked. Like, I'm looking at this schedule going, I'm not going to watch one single one of these games, am I?
No. I know. I'll come in
it sucks being a father when sport is doing good things. Why do you do this to me, God?
Put it on, you'll be contesting with Bluey or fucking Law and Order or Antiques Roadshow or some bullshit. And all you want to do is sit there and just, what?
I'm looking at all the start times. start
Oh,
2:30, start 4:15,
ripper
start
times.
2:30. Oh, come on. Can we just start all the matches at 8:30 p.m.? That way bedtime is done. We can move into real fatherhood where I tell the wife to go to bed with the kids. And I bunker
Just
in
settle in, watch
with
some
2 or 3
fucking
bottles of
cricket.
scotch.
Yes. God, yes.
But that's going to be fun. So the
Oh.
Ashes is coming up. The 21st of November is the first Ashes test in Perth, I believe, the first one. And that is going to be an absolute cracker.
Be a ripper. I see.
Optus Stadium over there.
Wokes is out.
Yeah, so what did he do? Did he do a Hartledge?
Strained his labia or something like that? Something to do with his vagina? No, I think he hurt his shoulder. I think he hurt his shoulder or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No big loss.
Well,
No
it's
big loss.
getting fiery already. Like, there's a lot of
lot
back
of
and
chatter.
forth, a lot of chatter, and it's still a long
of
way to
chatter.
go.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a bit of a squeeze earlier because Warner was getting a bit lippy about Root. I think Root is he's the most dismissed batsman in the current day by LB. I'd dead set I'd challenge that stat. I'd be up there. I'd be definitely up there.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I think
You used to get LB when you were umpiring, and
I'm pretty sure it's 51 dismissals of his have been LB. And he's, mind you, he's in fucking red hot form with the bat. But, yeah, it'd be interesting because, like you said, there's so much chatter and we're still 3.5 months away.
yeah,
So I'm only anticipating
it's good
it
though.
holding up.
It's good.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
really good. I love this. You get a
Definitely.
bit of fire.
Yeah, like you said before, testosterone, get it fucking out there. Let's go.
Let's do a little quick dart around the world before we head into the comment club where we talk to anyone who's laid a comment. There's been some great comments and emails, so I've got a couple of great cracking messages for us for comment club coming up. But
Ripper.
I wanted to I wanted to play you something.
Right.
The reason why I want to play this is because we missed this a couple of weeks ago, and it's easy to miss these sort of things. But 2 weeks ago, Scotty Scheffler wins the Open, the British Open, and does it in style, is absolutely carving up the golf scene. And he was in Happy Gilmore 2. It's an incredible movie. If you just love laughs, it's got a bad rap. I think it's been hilarious. I just went there. It's not a good movie because you're never going to get a great storyline. It's there for laughs, and there's so much funny.
Were fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. Scotty
Good
Scheffler
cameos.
made a fantastic before. I thought he was the best of the golfers. And
I liked Rory.
Rory was
Thought
good,
Rory
but
was
the
good.
Scheffler jail scene and all that kind of stuff was just so much
that
fun.
actually was pretty good, wasn't it?
And I really liked it. And you laughed the second I mentioned this because I think you know exactly what I'm about to play you, but maybe the people who are listening right now haven't heard this. This is a fantastic piece of camera microphone. So this is Scotty Scheffler hitting a wedge into the green on one of the holes during the Open. I'll let you decide what you hear. Here we go.
This is a great view of it here because it's so far above the green. Downwind, you can get onto this green.
Love the accents too. Beautiful shot.
Oh, just the commentators.
They're laughing because they know exactly what's happened.
Just a little bit of wind from
A
behind.
little bit of wind from behind.
Just
Here it comes.
green.
So Scotty Scheffler rips off a beautiful fart.
Was it him, or was it someone in the crowd close to a mic? Do you reckon it was Scheffler?
You know what? For the sake of this story, I really
Yeah,
hope
it definitely
was. It just fits his character. He's the kind of guy who I reckon would rip off a beautiful fart.
That's brilliant.
That is incredible.
Oh.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, Jesus, I'm going to play that to Scotty in the pod because it's absolutely one of the best farts into a mic that's ever been recorded. in terms of that. And I don't know why that doesn't happen more often. You think about the rugby league and how
Don't
many
throw
of
down
those.
that challenge. I've got a
Yes.
microphone in front of me. Don't
Yes.
throw down that challenge.
Maybe there needs to be a cheeky fart into the mic during a pod from Scotty. I actually think yours would be pretty good.
Oh, fuck well. That's actually brilliant.
All right, let's move on into the comment club.
It's time for Comment Club. Normally I ignore all the comments, and I get a lot of them. I've got to get paid for this crap.
All right, so you can get into the comment club and chat to Scotty and I. All you have to do is comment on one of our videos. Leave us a funny comment in the comments on our videos at Talkin' Sport Report. Now we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and we are on YouTube. Now every week we do chuck up the full episode of our podcast, so you can watch the podcast as well on YouTube. You can also do that on Spotify podcasts as well. But we do chuck some fun shorts up of the episodes throughout the week, and there have always been some fantastic comments here and there. But the first one actually come to us via the form of email, talkingsportreport@gmail.com, and it's from a man called John Scrow. Now, last week, I have to level with you here. Last week, we were talking on the air, and I said that the Wallabies had won and they actually hadn't won. I had just been at a Chinese restaurant having a beautiful meal. I watched the first half.
Succulent Chinese meal.
It was beautiful. It was a succulent Chinese meal. And I thought the Wallabies had carved up. I thought I had a conversation with John that night and even, yeah, they won. Turns out he reckons he told me they lost. So maybe I've just lost the plot. But John writes in, "Hi, Maddie and Scotty, long-time listener, first-time emailer. Whilst I enjoy each episode, I have a gripe with your last week's podcast. I heard that you got the wrong result on the Wallabies versus Lions, and your brother-in-law was blamed for this deplorable sports reporting. Can I clear my name that I informed you that the Lions won, not the Wallabies? It's probably you've developed selective hearing from living with my sister for so long. For this heinous crime, I request that your podcast makes the commitment to the listeners that the podcast will do a special edition NRL Vegas podcast on February 26th to report the game from Vegas. It's a minimum require for such reputable podcasts that the Vegas round is attended to live to get all the details. Plus, of course, the travel costs will be tax deductible. All the best. See you at dinner next week for more sports tips."
Dinner next week.
What are your thoughts, Scotty?
I don't know if I can get away for that long. I love the idea. I do love
Yeah,
the
it's a
idea.
good idea.
We may need a couple of sponsors.
Yes.
So we may need a couple of sponsors. But I thought about this actually. Was that a Chinese restaurant or was it a door to a vortex for time travel? Because shit, you've nailed that, haven't you? Because the Wallabies won this weekend. And when I text you, you're like, yeah, I know. I told you I was just predicting the future.
I knew what was happening.
So
That's what I'm going to stick with. That's why when I don't take the garbage out and I say to my wife, I did, eventually that is the truth.
So, do you know, I tell you, before John mentioned selective hearing from living with his sister for so long, I was actually going to come back at John and be like, Eggo, do you have this in writing that he told you over text that, yeah, Wallabies lost, Lions won? Because if you don't, I was simply going to come back and be like, John, come on. Are you sending us emails and just talking shit? Telling us that, I'm clearing my name when really you've dropped in the cheeky phone call. Yeah, Wallabies won, Eggo. I honestly reckon, I don't know.
He's trying to fuck with the podcast. Is that what you're trying to get at? That's actually a really interesting ploy.
Yeah, at that, and he's trying to send us to Vegas.
He's trying to send us to Vegas.
That I'm on board with. If you
Yeah.
can get us sponsors, we're on.
Well, I kind of
We're
feel
on.
like he wants to hitch a ride. He wants to come with us, which
But
is
you know,
not a
if
bad idea.
If we take him, we're taking Joey.
Oh, we have to take Joey. That's my other brother-in-law.
I have to. I'm on for that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So it'd be maybe we take my father-in-law too. So we take the other Joey. So that's Joey, and John. Me, you.
The way you're taking Scrose, if you turn around and say we'll take Catherine as well, mate, you'll be left behind.
Someone's got to be here to look after the kids, bro. Someone's got to be here to look after the kids. Look, with all due respect.
That's responsible of you. I admire
That's exactly
that. That is
right.
so responsible. Well done. Hats off to you.
Can I also
have to send John a sticker. I'm going to have to send them down to you. Yeah. Jimmy's is here. I've got another 65 coming.
Beautiful.
So
Talking Sport Report sticker. The best emails that come in, talkingsportreport@gmail.com, do get a sticker. So that's exactly right. So jump on the email and give us the feedback on the episodes each and every week. Stuff you, Jimmy. But he wrote on one of the videos, any update on the Wallabies win? Yeah, they won, mate. They won.
They did.
There
won.
You go.
Get that up, yeah.
Get that in ya. Here's one for you from the comment club. At Shane Nevin 3255. One of the great men. One of the great men, name. Shane Nevin. Once a week isn't enough. You've got a funny story through the week. You ran into Shane Nevin at the lights, didn't you?
I was stuck at the lights at Chisholm, and I thought the reason I bring this up is because I just feel like just the popularity's becoming too much. Like, I can't even drive home now without getting swamped by fans. I was parked at the lights at Chisholm, minding my own business. I swear I didn't put my window down and stare at him for 38 seconds till he looked. And I'm just minding my own business, and I just hear this, well, if it isn't my new favourite YouTuber. And I'm like, fuck, I can't even drop my kids at school without getting harassed. No, I tell you, absolute ripper of a human. Mate, seeing him at the lights was brilliant. And then to find out that he's getting on board.
I love that.
Sensational.
One of my favourite humans of all time. Shane
lives around the corner from me, not too far. Actually, haven't told him. I just found out that between his place and mine, a puppy's getting built.
Oh, that's a good enough reason for a meeting.
Well, is it not?
Actually, you know what? You're saying it's getting built, is it?
Yes.
Should we go to them and suggest and maybe ask that we should do our first ever live broadcast of this show at that pub?
Well,
we can guarantee them at least 3 people to come and watch.
Whoa, don't throw out numbers like that. We can't back that shit up.
I know, but we can count us too.
The question is, that's a good point. First ever live podcast. It depends if it opens before or after John sending us to Vegas.
That's true, because we might not make it back.
I'm almost certain he said to you verbally that he'll put us up and pay for expenses. I'm pretty sure of it.
I heard he said it was a tax deduction for him. So,
for him.
That's what I heard. I think I heard that.
I'm certain that's what he said.
And I think he also said the Lions won the last test. No, sorry. Hang on a minute. Sorry, John. No, John nailed it. Hey, here's another one for you in the comment club. Peter Cornwall -J5R. There's a blast from the past. High school legend used to be St. Peter's and the like from the Maitland district of schooling. But he wrote, got my new favourite podcast. Love your work, boys. How long until Eggo starts using his celebrity status to start getting some big names on? Yeah, that's...
He's got us. He's got me. That's it. We're done.
That's true. That's true.
Just throw it out there. Pete Cornwall, hell of a mechanic. Ripper bloke. His young bloke is actually in my daughter's year, and I'm pretty sure at one point she had a crush on him. So, yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on Pete and his kids and his boys.
There you go.
Yeah. No, ripper bloke. Absolute ripper. I didn't know he was on board. That's fantastic.
Yeah. How cool is that?
How cool is that?
So I love that. And what else we got here from the comment club? I'll give you one more. It was from... one of our comments last week about how bad the game of rugby league was. Katie Marie 5638 on TikTok writes, Cam Munster's an 88? ? Give me a 5'8" that's better than him. And I'm like, shit, she's got a point.
Fucking Luke Brooks. I'm sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. I fucking couldn't. Jesus Christ. No, she's got a point. Ripper.
She's got a point.
That is valid. Actually, did we even check what 5'8" were rated higher than him at this time last week? We probably didn't. And with the 484 updates they've dropped in the past 7 days, I don't think it'd be relevant now, would it?
And the fact that there were so many weird-ass centers and fullbacks that were literally ahead of Cam Munster, who's probably considered to be one of the top players in the game, just didn't make sense off the bat that was happening. But that's a really good point from Katie. Really great point.
That is brilliant. Absolutely.
So please do, if you get a chance, we'll drop some more shorts and things on Instagram and TikTok and Instagram at Talking Sport Report. Leave a comment. We'll read it out next week. But please, would really encourage people to email through any thoughts and comments while you're sitting at work doing fuck all this week. TalkingSportReport@gmail.com. And don't forget, the start of the podcast, we did mention we really want Folklore,
Newcastle.
Maitland,
Bingo.
Newcastle, Hunter Valley, Folklore.
Yep.
Like yarns. I mean, I'll even take yarns of, as you've pointed out, there may have been the day of sport have happened, but what happened later that night is more than fine in our boat.
Definitely. If you've got video footage, flick it through to me personally and we'll go from there.
100%. 100%.
Oh, so it's that time of the week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So where are we at with Scotty's tip of the week?
So we lost again.
We lost. So what does that make us now? Down 3,750?
Yes. So I tell you, of all teams to let me down, let me have a quick look here at the results.
I mean, you're becoming quite good at stopping a truck. Like I feel like you could be tipping the Panthers to win just 1,000 on the nose and the Panthers to beat the Knights this weekend and the Knights to get up.
Did you see what cost us? So we were looking at a $2,900 return, and the only leg that let us down was the Raiders lost to the Dragons. That cost us.
They could have won that game. They had a beautiful play in the back end of that game and botched it.
Well, it means fuck all now because we're still another $1,000 down.
It does. So $3,750. Where is your $1,000 that you are continuing to drain from our account? Where are you going to put that this week to get us back?
This is where it gets tough. Because there's some difficult games.
The previous weeks haven't been tough?
Shut up. There's some difficult games next weekend. So I'm kicking it off Thursday night.
You're going NRL?
Yep. Again?
Yep. Okay.
Because this is where we come back into the green.
Right. Oh, you're going to put a bet on to get us into the green in 1 week.
Bingo.
Oh, fuck.
And
we're going to be down.
Are you ready? We're going to go tough game, but we're going to go the Storm at home to beat Brisbane.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a big one. No Jerome Hughes.
For fuck's sake. Why are they only paying $1.45? That's right.
Oh, the Stormer.
Yeah, $1.45. Yeah. Well, now I'm doubting myself. Yeah, okay, I'll stick with it. Storm to beat the Broncos. Mm-hmm. We're going the Raiders to beat Manly in Canberra.
Yep.
They're going to bounce back. This is where it gets very difficult. I've tipped the Titans to beat the Bunnies, and I've tipped the Eels to beat the Cowboys. Now, all 4 of those teams are favourite, with the highest odds of that, Eels $1.62 to beat the Cowboys. You got the Titans at $1.50 to beat the Rabbitohs. You got the Raiders at $1.44 to beat Manly, and you got the Storm at $1.45. Our thousands going on that for a $5,520 return. I know. That's odds boosted. That's the power play.
That's good because you got to keep in mind we've put another 1,000 down. So even though we are currently down 3,750, we're now down 4,750.
Bingo.
But would be up almost $1,000 if this comes off.
Bingo. So, and then if that fails,
I love how hard we're fighting to just get back even.
Remember, always chase your losses. Gamble responsibly, but always chase your losses. And never cash out, as Jimmy says. But then remember, if we fail next weekend, we've always got the Premier League. That's where we'll make our money. Bang.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Bingo,
it.
bango.
Because that's what you want. You want now not only a win or a loss, you also want a draw to come into it. So there's now three options for you to get fucked.
Didn't think of that, did I?
I used to hate that about the Premier League. I'd be like, yeah, this is going to be a guaranteed multi-win, and then it'd be like a draw. I'd be like, oh, that's right. You can get fucked three ways now.
Shit. Actually, I want to have a quick squeeze while we're chatting, while we're wrapping up. I'm just going to have a look at what the odds look like on the EPL.
To win the whole thing?
No, fuck no.
I was going to say, you're going to go the long play on this.
No.
I'm going to put $1,000.
I've done that before.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
I don't want to fucking wait. English Premier League, here we go. Yeah, see, there's some good odds there already. I like that. We're going hard. Fuck this, let's do it. All right, cool. I'm packed. I'm ready. Next week, we're on.
Done. That draws an end to the Talking Sport report for another week. So thank you so much for listening. If you got this far, you deserve an absolute medal. Please give us 5 stars if you haven't already had a chance to do. Review us in the podcast app you're currently listening to. It makes such a big difference with us trying to get this podcast off the ground. So that would be really, really appreciated. Of course, you can watch the full video of the podcast each and every week on Spotify. Give us a follow on your favorite social channel at Talkin' Sport Report. And of course, the Gmail account, talkingsportreport@gmail.com. Hit us up. Give us some folklore stories. Until next week, Scotty, it's been a fucking pleasure.
As always, absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me. I will talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.